Okay, hi folks. Really quick, nice mince tonight, and there is the ingredients for you. That's all you're gonna need. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So just a quick mince and tatties tonight. Very Scottish traditional dish. Us Scots love mince and tatties. So obviously I've washed my hands before we start, and just going to pop the mince straight into a saucepan, medium high heat. What I do, just break up this mince a wee bit so it's not quite as well packed. And what we're doing, we're just going to brown it off. Some people like to drain any fat off it, which you can do once it's brown. I personally like to keep a wee bit of fat in because it's tasty. It makes for a nice gravy as well. So just break that up lightly, like so. Oh, I forgot to add an oxo to the ingredients list, but we can get to that. So that's just going to stay there for now, bubbling away. Keep an eye on it. It's only going to be about 5 minutes. Take the lid off, give it another wee stir. We want to see it all brown all round, okay? Okay, so we'll give this a wee check. Give it a mash up and you can see it turning nice and brown underneath. Break up all the lumps with a wooden spoon or a fork, whatever you have to hand. Pop the lid back on and a knife, and just press on your garlic with the flat of the knife. Just watch your hands, and this helps peel it like so. And you can see it's easy to peel then. Just chop the end off. Pop it in the garlic crusher. Oh, no middle. There we are. Take the peel off. And prepare my oxo. Just peel that off. And get my mixed herb. So give that a mash up, and it should be getting quite brown now. Now this is the quickest mince you'll be able to make, and it'll be tasty too. No faffing about with cutting vegetables up or anything. So I'm going to put my oxo in. Give that roughly a teaspoonful of mixed herbs. I'll just pop that in my hand. Just for a bit of flavour, pop that in. I'm just trying to do cooking, it's not all posh, that's all. Like you see on the TV, and they've got everything measured out precisely. Just trying to show you that cooking can be easy and simple and quick. Doesn't take much time. Press all that garlic in. You don't have to use garlic if you don't want to, or if you've not got it to hand, doesn't matter. Just add that wee extra bit of flavour. Well, if you pop the kettle on as well, we drop a hot boiling water in a minute. So give that a wee mix in. You can see that's getting nice and brown now. Okay. Get out all those lumps. You might like chunky mince, I don't know. A lot of hot water, just about a cupful. a trusty bag of casserole veg, frozen. My daughter does a podcast, it's called Chatty Soul. Last week she had nutritionists speaking and they were saying that frozen vegetables are more nutritious than the ones that, fresh vegetables that you get on the shop shelves, because they're frozen at source and they've not been lying around on the shelf letting all the nutrients disappear. So it's about half a bag I've put into half a kilo of mince. There's carrot, swede, turnip, leek and onions in it. I'll pop that back in the freezer. Give that a wee mix round. Oxo, garlic, mixed herbs. Now I'm gonna add just a drop of hot water. Now bearing in mind your frozen veg has got quite a bit of water in it, so it will melt down and add more. Maybe a wee drop more than that. Soil the water just starts to show, if you can see that. And then when that's boiling, turn it back down to a medium heat and cook for about half an hour till your veg is nice and soft, and then I'll show you how to add the gravy. Okay, so whilst the mince is cooking, we'll peel up some potatoes. These are a bit old, but it doesn't matter, it really doesn't. I just cut the eyes off and peel them. You don't even have to bother peeling them if the potatoes aren't old potatoes or the skin's not tough. These ones are a bit on the way out, so I'm going to take most of the skin off, but it's perfectly fine to mash potatoes with the skin on. In fact, it's probably good for you. It's got roughage. Just cut those into chunks. Give them a good rinse. Cooker, and then bring them to the boil, turn them down and simmer for about 15 minutes. My mince bubbling away. Give it a wee stir, give it a wee check, make sure there's enough water in it, it's not drying out and burning, stick it to the bottom. And there's the totties on, ready coming to the boil. I don't add salt to my cooking at all, it's just a habit I got into. I think we get enough salt, especially like we've added an oxo cube into the mince, quite a lot of salt in oxo. If you want more salt on your plate afterwards, then add it afterwards. Okay guys, time to make up the gravy. This I can't be without. Not in the kitchen, brilliant, making quick, thick gravies, thickening up sauces. 2, maybe 3 heaped teaspoons. Now that's in dry, and now add just a drop of water. We're just making that up into a gravy paste. Sort of like, gonna check the totties, see if they're there. Cooked, knife in the centre. They can still do it. When it goes through nice and soft, then they're ready. So that's another couple of minutes on that, that's fine. I'll move that to the back actually so steam doesn't affect the camera. And I'm going to take the lid off this. You can see the juice has all gone down. Veg is all nice and soft. This is the trickiest bit. I'm just going to add this slowly and stir all at the same time. So just add it a wee bit at a time, just a wee drop at a time, and mix it in well. Just a splash at a time, otherwise you'll end up with a big glob of gravy in the middle. And you just want that to thicken up a bit. If you feel as though there's not enough gravy, you can always add some more boiling water and then just carry on thickening it up the way I'm doing now. Turn it down a wee bit. You don't want it to burn and stick to the pan. Now it's thicker. And you can see that's enough. I haven't used it all. But you can see the texture. It's just nice and thick. But not too thick. So I'm going to just let that tick over to get that gravy tasting lovely. Just turn it right down, pop the lid back on again. You don't want the moisture evaporating again, it'll all dry out and stick. I'm going to add a knob of butter, probably about that much, and just a dash of milk, and mix those up. My batter is going to run out, so I'm going to turn that off whilst I mash. That looks appealing on the camera because it is tasty, and it's taken no more than about 45 minutes tops. Enjoy, folks.